Time now for our international press review. Marion Hembus is here. Marion, there's a strike in France, I believe.
Yes, there is indeed. And the Parisien says it all, a French newspaper. It says, how long is it, well, is it going to last? And that's the question on everybody's lips this morning. How long is this going to go on for? It seems that both sides, the government and the rail workers who have gone on strike as of yesterday evening, want to get this wrapped up as quickly as possible. But that doesn't mean that either side is yet ready to back down. And in fact, Le Parisien says in its article that President Sarkozy has even left gaps in his agenda for the next few days to go on the ground, meet people as and when things are happening if need be, to try and really give reasons why his reforms should go through. So interesting
obviously figure out there sort of empty railway station, the strikers against public opinion, they're saying. Interesting stuff.
Yeah, indeed. Well, also in the Parisien, on the online site, there's a bit of a different angle looking at this. And they've shown a video of how the eye department in the Hôpital Necker in Paris has made certain provisions to make sure that its staff can definitely get to work. And these have included making sure that they can stay over. There's a couple who's featured on this website saying that they're staying over, sleeping on the hospital site. And if it continues, it says that the nurses may even end up being lodged in the sick rooms that patients aren't currently occupying. So drastic measures there.
That is interesting, because obviously if people then come in and can't get a room, it could be, you can see this could all stack up and sort of turn around and bite them, couldn't it? Simple as that. What's next, Marion?
The Daily Telegraph, and a warning that Britain's relationship with its armed forces is deteriorating. Now, today it's the Chief of Defence Staff, Sir Jock Stirrup, who's spoken out about the problem for the first time. He said basically troops are coming back from Afghanistan and Iraq. They're facing poor standards of living in the accommodation they're put up in. They're not spending enough time with their family, and Britain generally doesn't understand what they've been going through. They don't appreciate what these people have been doing on the ground in military operations abroad.
And all this is obviously a reflection of public opinion being against both the operation in Iraq and the operation in Afghanistan, isn't it?
That's right, indeed. And actually, in this article, it says that they're calling for military parades when these guys return from some of the places. I don't know. Maybe it would be remain to be seen how the British public would feel about that, considering the opinions on it.
Okay, next.
Next up, New Delhi, and the L'Orient du Jour, the Lebanese paper, does a report on some 30,000 youngsters, teenagers, who are risking their lives by going through rubbish on rubbish dumps in New Delhi. They're sorting through, making sure they take out the plastic, the metal, the glass, receiving $2 a day for this work, and risking their lives because they're coming across needles from hospitals thrown away, horrible things that have been thrown away. They're saving the government some 10,000 euros a day and making a huge environmental impact on obviously these things not being burnt in incinerators.
I remember once seeing people on a rubbish tip doing something like that in Britain, but of course they were doing it for fun and for extra money. These people, of course, doing it for their living. It's absolutely horrific the way some people have to make their living. Tell us your final story. It's about Spain.
Yes, now we all remember, especially here in France, the controversy when President Sarkozy and his wife Cecilia announced that they were getting divorced. Now it's Spain's turn, and the papers have gone mad because King Juan Carlos's daughter, Elena de Borbon, is separating from her husband, Jaime de Mallet Charla, and just a separation at the moment, but there's been continued speculation over this for the last couple of years. They've really become a celebrity couple, and all across the internet and the Spanish press, there's family trees, there's pictures of them over the last few years, putting into context how important this is apparently for Spanish people.
Well, it's interesting that people's personal lives making the headlines all over the world. It's amazing stuff, isn't it? Marion, thank you very much. That was our international press review here on France 24. Stay with us.